Only one building breaks up the Dubai skyline. We are talking about the Burj Khalifa, known for being the tallest building in the world, standing at 2,717 feet, or 828 meters, with the world's highest outdoor observation deck. But do you know how many people worked on the site daily? This is Iconic Builds, and today we are looking at the Burj Khalifa. It's reported that 12,000 builders and contractors were on site daily, and it's estimated to have taken 22 million person-hours to complete construction. When you visit Dubai, this building will always remain in your eyesight. But why, and how does it stand so tall without being blown over? It's actually really intriguing. The Burj Khalifa is specifically designed to overcome wind resistance, a goal that becomes increasingly important as altitude increases. The structure rises to the heavens in several stalks that top out unevenly around the central spire. This unusual design deflects the wind around the structure. Even with this careful planning, the 206-story Burj Khalifa will sway back and forth by about 6.5 feet or 2 meters at the very top. The Burj Khalifa takes its most important trick from a flower, a shape that allows wind to pass through without creating a vortex that causes the building to sway. Inside, between the 88th and 92nd stories, the world's biggest pendulum, known as a tuned mass damper, battles deadly winds in silence. The 730-ton gold-colored orb swings gently back and forth, balancing the tower against wind forces. Along with the design and nature's influence, if you want to build high, you must first dig deep. The tower is supported by a large reinforced concrete mat, which is supported in turn by 192 board-reinforced concrete piles. For the foundations, approximately 1.59 million cubic feet, or 45,000 cubic meters of concrete weighing more than 110,000 tons was poured, which is equivalent to 18 Olympic-sized swimming pools, with 192 piles running to depths of more than 164 feet, or 50 meters. All of this is enough to keep the tower in place. The amount of steel rebar used in creating the tower is 31,400 metric tons. If this was laid end to end, this would extend over a quarter of the way around the world. And along with all that rebar, there were 11.7 million cubic feet, or 330,000 cubic meters of concrete used to complete the tower. Again, the Burj Khalifa had another first in the bag, and the highest reinforced concrete core walls were built in November 2007 using concrete pumped from ground level to a vertical height of 1,971 feet, or 601 meters. Sticking with materials, the total weight of aluminum used on the Burj Khalifa is equal to 5 A380 aircraft. The Burj Khalifa's curtain wall is the size of 25 American football fields, or 17 soccer fields. But how will you get up and down such a structure? Lifts are positioned on various floors and become a network allowing people to travel swiftly. The Burj Khalifa has 57 elevators and 8 escalators. The main service elevator, positioned in the central core of Burj Khalifa, has the world's highest elevator rise at 1,653 feet, or 504 meters. It travels 29 feet per second, or 10 meters per second, and has the world's longest elevator travel distance. The equipment that powers the Burj Khalifa is housed on 7 double-story mechanical floors. The peak electrical demand of the tower is estimated to be 36 megawatts, which is equivalent to approximately 360,000 100-watt bulbs operating simultaneously. Okay, so the power is sorted, but what about the water? Burj Khalifa's water system supplies an average of 250,000 gallons, or 946,000 liters of water daily. At peak cooling, Burj Khalifa will require about 10,000 tons of cooling, equal to the cooling capacity provided by about 10,000 tons of melting ice. The condensate collection system produces approximately 15 million gallons of supplement water per year, which is equivalent to approximately 20 Olympic-sized swimming pools. This water is directed to the gardens that surround the tower. We know how the building is supplied with power and water, but what happens in an emergency? Emergencies were always on the mind of the architects, and as such, there are 233 miles, or 375 kilometers, of fire alarm cabling. The building service and fireman's elevator is the world's tallest service elevator, with a capacity of 6 tons, or 5,500 kilograms. A king requires a crown, and the Burj Khalifa is no different. Being architectural royalty, the tower has an iconic telescopic spire. The spire was built from within the structure and jacked to its full height of more than 700 feet, or 200 meters, using a hydraulic pump. In the next episode, we will talk about the Sydney Opera House. Stay tuned.